In this video, we are going to install Visual Studio. With Visual Studio, we will be able to develop .NET applications, though Visual Studio can do more than that. With Visual Studio, we can develop Python applications, Node.js applications, and so on. But in our case, we're going to use it for .NET development. So let's go to Google and write Visual Studio here, and open the first page, visualstudio.microsoft.com, which I have it here. And as you can see, we have Visual Studio for Windows and Visual Studio for Mac. So if you are using Mac OS, you can definitely use Visual Studio. If you are using Linux or you want to use Visual Studio Code, you can definitely download it from here. We're going to install Visual Studio in another video. In this one, we're going to use Visual Studio. You can come here and download the Community Edition. The Community Edition of Visual Studio is a powerful edition which is free, which you can use to develop all kinds of applications. In our case, we are going to use this one, the Community 2019, so after downloading and installing that, you should be presented with the workload screens. We're going to go to that screen in just a minute, but in my case, I already have Visual Studio installed, so what I will do is that I will open the Visual Studio installer, and here we have the Visual Studio installer, and here I have my version of Visual Studio 16.8. This is the minimum version that you have to use in order to take this course. Now I will go to More, and then I will click on Modify, and here we are presented with the workload screen, which I just mentioned you. If this is the first time you are installing Visual Studio, you will be presented with this page from the get-go. In your case, you need to install this workload, the ASP.NET and Web Development workload, which is going to allow you to use ASP.NET Core in development. Now, as you can see, you have several other workloads like Python or Node.js, and with these tools, you can use Visual Studio for example, Node.js development. If you want to use .NET Core for building cross-platform applications, you can also select .NET Core cross-platform development workload from here. Then after that, you have to click on here, which there will be an install button, and do the installing. In my case, because I already have all of this installed, I don't have to install anything. So I can close this, and I can close this, and now I want to see that we have .NET Core in our machine. For that, we can go to a command line like cmd, and I will write here .NET --version. I will press enter, and as you can see, I have version 5.0 in my machine. Now, if for some reason you don't have this version, or you don't have the latest version, you can always come to .NET.microsoft.com and go to download, and then here you're going to have the latest version of .NET. In this case, it is .NET 5. And then you can download the SDK, which is what you need for developing .NET applications. You can also go here and see all the choices that you have, or we can click on here. And as you can see, you can also download the SDK for macOS, Windows, or Linux. Again, of course, in my case, I already have all of these installed, so I am good to go.